Hey y'all, Elizabeth Fitzpatrick here. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about my client Molly and share her story about how she got the leanest she's ever been in her adult life in her mid-30s by working out less and eating more. I know that sounds crazy. I know you probably don't believe me, but I'm going to prove it to you exactly how I did it. Really quick before I do that, I just want to let you know that I am from the Toned Collective. That is the company, the program that I founded to help women exactly like Molly here, women who tend to be perfectionists in their 30s, overcome all of the mental obstacles that come along with that and actually get lean and toned and maintain those results. If you want to know more about that, you just want to follow along my story or watch my clients' stories or just get some general helpful health and fitness tips for women, follow me on Instagram at Elizabeth Fitzness to play on my last name, which is Fitzpatrick, so Fitzgness. So let's get to Molly, okay? When Molly first came to me, she was running every single day, oftentimes for well over an hour. She also does a lot of hiking and a lot of activity. She was obsessively working out. She was not eating enough. And she was punishing herself with workouts. So for example, if she went out to eat or felt like she ate too much, or just if she wasn't seeing the results that she wanted, she didn't look how she looked that day, she would go punish herself with the workout, even if she had already worked out that day. So maybe she would do 2 a day. So as you can see, she was doing a lot and not seeing the results that she wanted. And this really kept her in just an anxiety loop. The more she wasn't happy with how she looked and felt, the more she would punish herself with workouts. But the more she did that, the more she actually wasn't treating her body the way it should have been. Therefore, she wasn't seeing results. Therefore, she would punish herself more. And it was just like this constant loop. And it really, really was taking over her life. She genuinely thought that there was nothing that would work for her because there's no way she could have been working out anymore because she was already doing so much. So how could she actually see results? She was really hesitant about joining my program when she first came to me. But let me tell you a little bit more about how I was able to change things for her. So this is Molly. So here in this first photo, she was about 130 pounds. In the second one, she's closer to about 121, 122. So as you can see here, she says, "Can truly say I've tried everything over the last 15 years and nothing worked until this. I'm truly so grateful for you and this. Truly didn't think it was possible." You can see how in shock she even is at the results that she got. And this was just a couple months in. Girl's still got another year left in my program with me. Imagine where she's going to be a year from now if this was about 5 months of results here. So let me tell you about how I was able to accomplish this with Molly. First off, I immediately recognized that she was overtraining. She was really stressing her system out and not eating enough. And so that was going to be the number one focus for me was, whoa, let's cut way, way, way back on cardio. You're doing way too much. Let's focus more on strength training. Cardio is so great for burning calories, cardiovascular health, metabolic health. It's great. However, strength training is better for fat loss. And with strength training, you actually are firming your muscles up. You're making them harder. So that way, when you do start cutting body fat, you actually see muscle tone underneath. You don't get that from cardio alone. So I gave her more effective strength training workouts. Therefore, she didn't have to spend as much time exercising. Fun fact, with the dramatically reduced cardio that she's doing, she's actually now hitting PRs with her runs. She's hitting PRs that she's never done, and she's been running for over 15 years from cutting back running. So that's what happens when you work smarter, not harder, ladies. Work smarter, not harder, okay? We don't want to do more work. So yeah, we switched to doing a lot more strength training. We made that our focus. I have her lifting heavy. And she's still doing some cardio, but we're following a metabolic conditioning plan. So we're not just going out there and running and doing however much we can. We're following a very strategic plan where we do interval training. That way, again, it's about being metabolically efficient. So that way we're burning more fat during the workouts. We're getting more per unit of time. We're getting more out of it per unit of time that you're putting in. Again, working smarter, not harder. In regards to nutrition, so when I say she's eating more now, I'm talking volume, not necessarily calories. So it's a tricky thing is when we say you can eat more to see results, we're talking volume, not necessarily calories. In some cases, calories. I do sometimes see women that are severely under eating and it's so stressful to their system and when we slowly raise calories, they're actually able to start seeing better results. But a lot of the times it comes down to volume. So let me give you an example of that. Molly was not really eating much protein, and she was eating a ton of things like nuts, for example. And so a small handful of nuts is easily 300-400 calories, sometimes maybe less, depends on the handful. But you can easily, like if you're taking your hand into a bag of like trail mix, for example, and eating a whole handful of that, easily 300-400 calories, okay? And if we look at, you know, a chicken breast, for example, you could eat like 2 chicken breasts for, actually, yeah, you could eat more than 2 chicken breasts and get 300-400 calories in. But imagine if you ate a handful of trail mix, you're gonna be hungry again in 15 minutes. If you eat more than 2 big chicken breasts, like you're not gonna be hungry again for 5 hours, okay? And so we have to be really smart about the way we're intaking calories, but also playing with macros. I had her up her protein a shocking amount, okay? She's eating absolutely by far the most protein she's ever eaten in her life. And so that's something that you have to take into consideration. Protein is very satiating, so is carbs. They're going to keep you fuller for a lot longer. And so because she was eating so little and she was eating higher amounts of fat, she was eating healthy. Molly's always eaten healthy, okay? In this picture, she was eating very healthy. But her macros and her ratios of things just looked so dramatically different. And they didn't align either with how she was training. And so what she was actually experiencing was this phenomena that we call skinny fat, right? Her muscle tone was lower because she was getting no protein in and doing all cardio. And once we changed that, her body composition started shifting. Look at this. Look at her oblique right here. Let me, oh, can I zoom in anymore? Yeah, look at this oblique here. I mean, look at her triceps. She looks freaking incredible. And again, this is only 5 months in of just following the right plan, okay? And so if you don't believe me for whatever reason, I'm gonna play you some videos here. So this is Molly talking about how she is actually, she's confirming here that she is doing less working out and eating more and seeing better results. So take a listen to Molly here.
So I actually had you peel back from exercise and do less and eat more, and
Yeah.
you're seeing results.
Yes. Yeah. And that was like the secret, as it turns out. So
I love it.
Love that. Okay, and now check out the second one to show how Molly actually got her life back because of this.
I've spent like countless hours and years of my life, like in anxiety mode over what I should be putting in my body and what I should be doing with my body, and like hating my body, and like I just like the cost per hour of like just losing my life. I was just done and ready to try something different. And I feel like this is like the first time in my life that I haven't been obsessing in like an anxiety kind of way, where it's like, oh, I know what to do. And like, it's not easy, like it's hard, but it's like, that was never my problem. It being hard was never my problem. My problem was it being, I don't know what to do, so I'm guessing. And because I'm guessing, I'm stuck in my anxiety spiral and nothing's changing. And I'm like losing my mind essentially. And so at that point, like hearing Kendall sort of like identify like how much it had helped her, I was like willing to pay whatever it cost to like get my life back.
Yeah. Do you feel like you have gotten your life back?
And more, like my anxiety's down, like my health is better. Like my partner notices, like not physically, like he doesn't care, like he wants me to be happy, but he notices I'm happier. Like it's been really affirming. I spiral less, I'm happier. I can like, I focus on fitness, and it is like and health, and it's a big part of like my daily conversations, but I also have room for like I can think about other things without that being in the back of my mind constantly.
So it opened up some capacity for you for other things.
Yeah, like I can go out and enjoy myself without, and like be present with the people around me without like panicking about like starving myself the next day to make up for it, or like, you know, because I have the numbers and the information in front of me to know that like I don't need to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you are currently the leanest you've ever been in your adult life?
I've spent.
Cool. I mean, wow. It makes me emotional because I relate exactly with Molly. I was that too. I actually, at a point in my mid 20s, was 40 pounds heavier than I'd ever been. I was a competitive gymnast growing up, and I was a fitness professional, and I had gotten to this point where I didn't understand my health, and I was 40 pounds overweight, working out so much. I was a trainer, I was tracking my food, but I wasn't doing the right things. I was not eating the right types of macros. I was over exercising and very under recovering, and I was so anxious. So to hear Molly say that she feels like she has her life back, so much so that her partner, her friends, the other people in her life are noticing, and she's able to get her life back, reduce her anxiety, and get the body that she's always wanted and feel healthier and happier than she's always been, that's gonna make me cry. And that's what I want for every woman. I talk to so many women who just so desperately want to be in that position, but they don't know how. And that's why I created the Toned Collective Academy, because it's the program that I wish that I had. It's the roadmap that I wish that I had when I was going through what Molly was going through back in my mid 20s. So if you're interested in learning more, please feel free to give me a follow on Instagram. Send me a message. I'm more than happy to always just open up communication and hear a little bit more about what you're going through. And if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe and send me a request of what types of videos you guys would like to see. Bye.